For more years, all that and more now on Graph's Grievances. As you have seen by now, Republican caucus goers in Iowa handing Donald Trump a historic victory last night, the former president clearing the 50% mark and defeating his nearest opponent, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, by 30 points. Trump's margin of victory, a new record for a non-incumbent, and more than double Bob Dole's 13-point victory in 1988. Meanwhile, DeSantis barely edging out former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley for second place, capturing 21% of the vote to 19% for Haley. This close result keeping both Trump alternatives in the race and continuing to divide the vote of Republicans who want someone other than the twice impeached former president to get the nomination. Trump also benefiting from the abrupt departure of businessman Vivek Ramaswamy from the race. The Trump sycophant who won 8% of the vote in Iowa, ending his campaign last night and immediately endorsing the former president for the nomination. So while it is hard to imagine the night going better for Trump, the biggest winner last night was undoubtedly Joe Biden. And that is because nearly 40% of Republicans in Iowa wanted someone other than Trump, a quasi-independent, to be their presidential nominee. Remember, 21% voted for DeSantis and 19% voted for Haley. In addition, according to NBC News entrance polls, 31% of Republican caucus goers in Iowa said that if Trump is convicted of a crime, he should not be president. 31% of Republican caucus goers said a convicted Trump should not be president. And considering the former president is facing 91 criminal counts in 4 jurisdictions, it is very possible he could be convicted of a felon before Election Day. And that would likely be very good news for President Biden, who might not win these Republican voters, but it doesn't sound like they will be all too excited to go out and vote for Trump either. The strength of voters seeking a Republican alternative to Trump will best be on display next week in New Hampshire, which holds its primary on January 23rd. The Granite State allowing independents to vote in either party primary, which tends to benefit more moderate candidates. Which is why Haley is currently polling within 15 points of Trump in the state, according to 538. Haley's relative strength in New Hampshire is indicative of Trump's weakness in a general election rematch against President Biden. Remember, it is the Electoral College and not the winner of the popular vote that determines who wins the White House. And it is moderate independent voters in half a dozen swing states that will all but certainly determine who wins the presidency in November. These are the voters Biden and whoever is the Republican nominee will be fighting over to win. And as we will see next week in New Hampshire, independent voters really do not like Trump and would much prefer Haley is the nominee. Which is why it is great news for Biden that both DeSantis and Haley remain in the race. While Haley undoubtedly has the best chance of defeating Biden in a general election matchup because of her appeal to independents, she has no shot of getting the Republican nomination because she can't consolidate the Trump alternative vote with DeSantis still in the race. So my big question, might Haley launch a third-party bid for the White House after losing the GOP nomination and deny both Trump and Biden from winning critical independent voters? And might Haley use the threat of a third-party run to finagle her way onto Trump's ticket as his vice president? Thank you for watching Graph's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share. It really helps me grow this channel. And join me tomorrow for more.